Hey guys, welcome back to Rossoneri TV. I'm Gio and I'm here for the match preview of AC Milan against Napoli. Matchup will be taking place tomorrow night, January 21st at the San Siro, 8:45 p.m. Italian time is the kickoff, and it is one of the most anticipated matchups of the weekend. Of course, Napoli currently holding the third place position in the Serie A standings, currently 4 points ahead of Milan. Milan currently have a game in hand on Napoli, but this is really an encounter for Milan that is so important if they want to hopefully achieve Champions League next season. I said this many times, whenever we do face our competitors, the ones that are currently in Europe, as far as position, and we have to need to beat them in order to surpass them or get closer to them. These are the types of games that we need to win, but as we all know, it won't be an easy task whatsoever tomorrow night at the San Siro. Napoli is a strong team, a very well-equipped team in all departments. They are very strong, which pretty much the standings speak for themselves, but even their away form is very good. They're amongst the league's best away teams. They currently have 4 wins, 3 ties, and 2 losses in 9 games. So they only lost 2 games out of 9 when playing away from the Sao Paulo. Like I said, this really speaks volumes for what kind of team Napoli is, not only playing very solid at home, but they also are capable of getting results away. As for Milan, they have been doing very, very well at the San Siro, once again making it their fortress. They have only lost 1 encounter at the San Siro this season in just 10 games. And like I said, we have been doing very, very well at the San Siro. Hopefully tomorrow will be the same case as we have seen recently. But like I said, it's going to be a very tough encounter against Napoli, and that's for sure. In terms of what I'm expecting in this match, I'm expecting Napoli to use their attack in full potential and get some goals. Of course, we know that Napoli was capable of beating us 4-2 in the first encounter of the season between these two teams back at the San Paulo. And you know, momentarily Milan had come back from that game, being down 2-0 at halftime, I believe, but then a turn of events with red cards and so forth, Napoli were capable of winning that match 4 goals to 2. Also, last season, the last time these two teams played at the San Siro, it was just a simple nightmare for Milan. The fans were actually really pissed off. I remember watching that game like it was yesterday. When we lost 4-0 to Napoli, it was just a complete embarrassment of a game. And hopefully the same thing won't happen tomorrow. I'm hoping that Milan have a different mentality. I definitely think we will. We're on a positive run, even though we haven't been winning every game. I think there's a lot of good mentality in this team, something that we were missing last season. Which is really making us keep up with certain teams. We're having the ability to come back into matches like we have seen against Torino, for example, being down 2 goals at halftime. We were capable of coming back within just 5 minutes, scoring 2 goals in that time frame. But really, I think this speaks volumes once again to how Milan has been using their positive mentality, and really what Montella has been implying on this team has really shown all season round. So hopefully we'll see just the same tomorrow against Napoli. But in terms of lineups, first of all, I will be speaking about the Napoli lineup because there are missing some players because they're of course taking part in the African Cup of Nations, and I'm speaking about El Kaddouri, Koulibaly, and Goulam. So they are missing a few components, especially in their defense. Nonetheless, you know, they're still supposed to be Raul Albiol and Maximovic playing as those center backs. Maybe their defense is possibly the weakest point of this lineup for tomorrow, but their midfield and forwards is looking very, very nice with Zielinski, Jorginho, Hamšík in the middle, and possibly Callejon, Mertens, and Insigne up front. Lots of firepower Lots of players that could score goals, and we all know their capabilities. It's going to be very, very tough for Milan to keep a clean sheet tomorrow. But without further ado, let's take a look at the probable starting 11 for Milan, because there will be some changes. As we all know, there will be some players missing on this match due to suspension, and I'm speaking about Romagnoli and Manuel Locatelli. So let's take a look at it. Donnarumma is expected to start in net, of course. We got Abate, Gustavo Gomez replacing Romagnoli in the center back role. Paletta and Antonelli there playing on the left. Kuchka, Jose Sosa replacing Locatelli in the middle, and Bertolacci on the left there of the midfield. Suso, Bacca, and Bonaventura complete the trio up front with no surprises whatsoever. When looking at this lineup, obviously we are missing some key components like I just stated, but our attacking trio has all the power to cause some trouble to Napoli, a team that, even though has been winning a lot of games, I find sometimes concedes very cheap goals against teams that really don't score much. So I don't see why Milan cannot score themselves tomorrow night, considering the fact that we're also at the San Siro. I don't think that we should be encountering too many problems by scoring a goal tomorrow. Like I said before, the Napoli defense is not what it usually is, as they're missing some players due to the Africa Cup of Nations. So, I don't see the reason why Milan is not capable of scoring a goal or two tomorrow night. As for the back four, like I said, Gustavo Gomez replacing Romagnoli. Definitely not the type of game that I wanted Romagnoli to miss, but he didn't really perform anyways against Torino on Monday when we played them in the Serie A. And, I was expecting more from Romagnoli, to be honest. So it's definitely going to be a major loss because he usually doesn't tend to have bad games. But Gustavo Gomez, speaking about him, he actually had a pretty good performance against Torino in the Coppa Italia fixture last Thursday. So hopefully he'll be able to replicate that performance. Of course, he's playing a different team, a stronger opposition. But hopefully Gomez and Paletta do use some sort of partnership that could bring Milan some good defensive skills in the back, because we're definitely going to need that against this Napoli team. Like I said, very difficult to keep a clean sheet, so we have to limit them from scoring as few goals as possible. Really, they cannot get close to our net. So hopefully our midfield will also do a bit of the job there with Kuchka. Definitely a player that needs to play in this game, in my opinion, because he's a strong physical player that needs to work against the Napoli midfield. So we're definitely going to need a physical presence in that midfield, and I think Kuchka is the right player to play there. Jose Sosa, really, I definitely hope that he has a good game. A lot is going to depend from him on how he performs, of what he's capable to do. But once again, this is another player that played pretty well in that Coppa Italia match. So hopefully we'll see Jose Sosa and Gomez play just as well tomorrow. Bertolacci, a continuing point of Montela's decisions recently. He's been really giving him a lot of confidence to start games and really just improve from game to game. So hopefully we'll see some further improvement from Bertolacci, which I recall scored against Torino on Monday night. Hopefully that will give him some confidence as well. Like I said, it's not a bad lineup on paper. Really, it's not as good as it should be with Locatelli and Romagnoli both missing. But I think tomorrow a lot is going to depend on how this team approaches the game mentally, because we know we have a good team. We know we have a team capable of coming back from losing results. So even though we go down to Napoli, at whichever point in the game, I'm sure that Milan will bring in that strong, fearful mentality that will hopefully allow them to come back in the game. So I'm not too worried about that. What I'm worried about is Milan bringing in that winning mentality for the full 90 minutes. Because in recent games, unfortunately, we have only seen Milan play for 45 minutes for one half. And, whereas we would like to see them more involved and not just playing in one half. We need to have a performance that lasts the whole game rather than just a portion of the game where we do play strong, but what happened to the rest of the game, right? Why do we always have to come back and be a reactionary team instead of imposing our own game? But like I said, once again, Napoli very strong on all aspects of the team. Their goalkeeper Reina, very strong player as goalkeeper as well. It really all will depend on how Milan approaches the game, in my opinion. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this upcoming fixture, which will be played tomorrow. Do you think we'll be capable of winning? Do you think we can get the 3 points in order to keep us in the race for the Champions League? Or do you think Napoli is just too strong of a team? Also, with the missing players that we have, Romagnoli and Locatelli, that could even decrease our chances of winning. What do you guys think about the whole situation? Are we good enough to get something out of this or not? Let me know in the comment section below, as I'll be reading it just now. Now, Geek 101 says, I'm nervous about this one. He says, no Locatelli and no Romagnoli. This one's going to be tough. Napoli are definitely going to score at least once, so we need to take every chance we get. No Niang penalty misses, please. That's a funny one there that you mentioned about Niang. Thankfully, he's not starting in this game. But like you said, I think that Napoli have all the cards playing right for them. They have a lot of offensive options. They have a lot of players that could score. Whereas Milan, yes, we have Suso, Bonaventura, Bacca. We don't have many goal scorers in that midfield. Whereas Napoli have players that could do a very good defensive job in that middle, as well as a good job going forward. So I think, that's definitely the difference between us and them in terms of starting at 11. But defensively, we need to play a perfect game if we're going to get anything out of this. We cannot allow lazy goals like we did against Torino. I saw 2 very lazy goals. I know they were a bit fortunate in Torino's circumstances on Monday, but really those were not lucky goals, but very lazy defending from Milan, and they should have been doing better altogether in order to defend those from going in. Clayton says it will be a tied match. The difference will be who gets out the best of their quality. I agree with that. It could definitely be a tight match, even though Napoli are the favorites to win this. Let's recall that Milan is playing at home at the San Siro, and we've only lost once in 10 games so far this season at the San Siro. So definitely, these are statistics to take a look at, and hopefully we get the best out of the team tomorrow. Matteo Fratassi says it will be a very difficult game to win. To do that, we need 95 minutes of concentration on the part of all the players and luck. I do not see I don't see Sosa well as a playmaker. Definitely, I don't think that Jose Sosa is gonna have the best of games. He is playing against his ex-team, by the way. For you guys that still don't know about that, he used to play Napoli, and I think that Jose Sosa, if he's not capable of controlling and really give the defensive line a good help, and what I mean by this, if he's not capable of playing well when defending and helping out the defense, as well as going forward, of course, I don't think that we're gonna be having a good match, really, because when you take a look at that midfield, sure, we have a player like Kuchka that's capable of winning tackles, winning challenges, and so forth, but then Jose Sosa, how many times has he really played this season to give us a full expectation on how he could perform in throughout a full season, or just in more games as possible? And then we got Bertolacci. Yeah, he's increasing, he's definitely becoming better from what we saw last year, for example. But really, how well of an indicator could he be to us from what we've seen this season? Now we're playing very strong teams like Napoli. We're playing Juventus next week. This is where the depth that I've been talking all about for the recent weeks comes in. When we need players to replace suspended or injured players, we need players that are capable of really coming on and giving it their all, not only in terms of mentality, but also in terms of results, because that's what really counts at the end of the day. So we'll see about that, but hopefully, I hope that Jose Sosa has a good game. Nikesh says, hi Gio, it's good to be back on your channel after a long time due to the time difference, but I make it to a point to view your video every day. Looking forward for a very good match tomorrow. Thank you, Nikesh, for always watching our videos. Definitely helps a lot. Kareem Ahmed says Napoli without Gulam and Koulibaly is a major plus for us. Suso should perform against Trinic at the left back. I definitely hope that Suso is able to exploit that side. Like you said, a lot of key defensive players missing for Napoli, so hopefully we'll be able to take advantage of that. I think this game is pretty much going to dictate whether we have a chance to go in the Champions League or not next year. It looks far away, but it's actually not that far away. We are 4 points away from Napoli with a game in hand. If we win tomorrow, we're only going to be 1 point away with that game in hand, so we could even surpass them. But it really all depends on that game tomorrow at the San Siro. Azem and Karim are saying Sky report that Everton have just denied AC Milan's claim of signing Deulofeu. Did you hear this? I didn't hear it, but I pretty much think it's bullshit because AC Milan have confirmed it on their Twitter themselves. So besides it coming from official sources such as Sky and Milan TV, Milan have officially confirmed it on their social media. So I don't see why this will be a problem. I mean, I could look into this for you guys, but like I said, it was officially made by Milan on their Twitter, so I don't think this is really true what you guys are saying. Well, it might be. I mean, obviously there's might be sources reporting it and you guys think otherwise, but here I'm reading it. It says that Sky Sports UK say Everton are fiercely denying a deal has been done with AC Milan. Yeah, I don't know. Everton saying I don't think a deal is quite done yet. We'll see what happens, but obviously this always has to happen with Milan, right? It's always, these scenarios always have to happen with us. They can never really happen. Do you guys see any other teams happening this to? I really don't. There's always something with Milan. Anyways, we'll see what happens with that. Anyways, we'll see. It's all over Twitter. I've been reading it, but we'll see what the final decision will be made soon enough. What time is the game? The game tomorrow is at 8:45 p.m. Italian time. And it will be played at the San Siro. For those of you that are still asking, let's get back into the game, guys. Though let's talk about this game. Marcello says Napoli's defense is their weakness. I really believe we can come away with the win if we come out and finish their chances. That's very well said. Like I said, I think that their defense is really their weakest point. They're very strong in the midfield. They're very strong up front. They have a very good goalkeeper, but their defense, you know, it lacks some desire. I don't think that it's really that strong, and they have players missing, so they are playing some players that really haven't played a lot this season. Hopefully we'll be able to take a few of our chances and really make them pay for that. But it's definitely an area that we should be able to exploit now that they weaken it. Jimmy says tomorrow Milan need concentration on facing Napoli and any single chance we have to finish it. Once again, I think that's the only way that Milan's really capable of getting anything from this match. Napoli is not really a team that concedes many chances to their opponents, but you know, once we get those chances, we have to finish them, because if we don't, then we simply won't be capable of getting a result. Teams don't often score many goals against Napoli, so whatever chance we get, we need to be sure that it is in the back of the net. If you guys have any other comments regarding the match for tomorrow, let me know in the comment section below, as I'll be reading them for a few more minutes. Definitely I spoke about the Everton regarding Deulofeu in a video before, so if you guys also haven't checked that out yet, I did speak about everything that was going on regarding the deal an hour ago. But guys, honestly, this could also be just clickbait from various sources like Sky Sports. I mean, it's not coming from Sky Sports Italy. That is something that we have to announce, because from what I've read, I think it was coming from Sky Sports UK. And sometimes it just might be that sources want to, involve some more clickbaiting so people can look at this. Oh, really? Is it not on anymore? And people will look at it so they could generate more revenue. That could be something else that's currently going on. But like I said, if AC Milan announces it on their Twitter, sure, Everton haven't announced anything just yet. But they also haven't denied anything as well. I'm checking on their Twitter right now. They haven't denied anything, and they haven't posted since like 3 hours ago. So I think it's pretty much a done deal. I think this is just bullshit sources reporting things that people don't want to hear, and since they're interested in what's happening, they do end up on clicking it. Milan Bush says, hopefully Lapadula plays. He isn't eccentric when he comes on. I definitely hope that he comes on and plays, because when we saw him against... we didn't see him against Torino on Monday, and Niang came on and said, I was really pissed off about that. But I definitely hope that tomorrow he will be getting some minutes. Abdul says, I feel that a draw will be the result tomorrow. If Lazio lose to Juve and we draw Napoli and win our game in hand, we are still in the race for the Champions League. Definitely. I don't think that if we don't get the 3 points, we're not going to be in the race anymore. But if Napoli do win, things could get harder. Very hard game for both of teams, says Jind LOL. But again, we are playing at the San Siro and everything can happen. Forza Milan. If we won, can we say that we are qualified at least for the Europa League, or is it too early to say? Way too early to say, that's for sure. We really have to watch Mertens. He is on fire this season, says Christy. Giuliano Lapadula says, hopefully Milan will score before the 80th minute. I hate to see that Milan need to score in the last 10 to 15 minutes. Same here. I'm very much like nervous, and I'm always very nervous when we have to leave it late and we have to wait until someone comes out and rescues us the win. We've seen it for a couple of times recently, so hopefully we're capable of getting at least in the winning position by that time. Once again, very difficult but not impossible against Napoli. Pepe Di Stefano to Sky Sports has not yet received a formal response to the proposal of Everton Milan for Jared Deulofeu. Then I guess it's just stupid communications by Milan, because they have announced it, and to me, I just don't understand why you would publicly announce something on Twitter unless it's like actually done, you know? Usually Milan, well, besides that thing that happened with Biabiani there, usually they always mention on their Twitter it's official. That's why I'm very surprised by this. But I think we'll know more in just a few moments. I think within a few moments we should know more about this whole thing. Danny says Suso and Bacca are needed back on the score sheet. Well, Bacca has been back on the score sheet, to be honest with you, because he's got 2 goals this year so far. In 2017, he scored against Cagliari and he scored against Torino, and that is 2 straight Serie A games, by the way, in which he scores in. So maybe he's gonna make it 3 for 3 tomorrow. I definitely hope that's the case, but we'll see what happens. Matteo Frattasi says, I live in Italy and Sky Sports say Everton haven't confirmed. We'll see what happens. Once again, nothing we could definitely do just yet. His medicals are set for Monday, however, so maybe Everton's just waiting until the medicals are done before publishing their news on Twitter or something. Lava Dago says, I'm going to be at the San Siro tomorrow, and Sunday I'm going to Genoa to watch Genoa Crotone. Have fun. Definitely hope it's a fun experience for you and that we get the 3 points when you watch at the San Siro. Nikesh says, Milan's midfield scares me. I hope Pasalic starts. I don't think Pasalic will be starting, unfortunately. But, you know, you need a guy like Kuchka there on that right side. For on the left, you know, Montella has really given a lot of confidence to Bertolacci, and I think he's going to be starting again on that left. Alright guys, if there's no more questions, I think that's gonna wrap it up for this match preview. Once again, we'll keep you posted if anything happens with the Deulofeu thing being denied or anything, but it could just simply be that Everton is waiting until his medicals are done on Monday before announcing it themselves. So personally, I wouldn't worry about anything right now. Milan have officially confirmed it on their Twitter before, so I don't see why it should be a problem. But there is a turn in events. There is a turn in events because AC Milan have officially deleted the tweet. They have officially deleted the tweet, as I just mentioned that. And I guess this might be true now. This might be true now. We'll definitely see what developments play in the next few minutes. So maybe I'll be taking a little more questions from you guys just so I can give you live updates of what's happening. But Milan, this is just coming in. Milan have officially deleted their tweet concerning Deulofeu being a done deal. So this is something that we have to pay attention to. So it might be real for now. Now, Geek 101 says, yes, Baka scores, but he generally doesn't do a lot for most of the game. I'd rather you just worked a bit harder, put the opposing defense under pressure. I definitely wish that Baka would be that type of player. Baka, unfortunately, is a player that waits for the ball, doesn't really create chances on his own. And I think that he just cannot change from that certain mentality, He has that type of style. Unfortunately, you cannot change a player from becoming a player that just waits for the ball to a guy that goes to get the ball himself and creates himself. You cannot just change that in the mentality. So those are Baka's characteristics. I don't personally really like them because he doesn't really do much besides whenever he has the ball, he tries to finish it. He is a good finisher. I think he has 1 goal every 2 shots kind of ratio, so that is very good. But I would definitely hope maybe for the future that we have a guy that could finish, create, distribute the ball, and everything. A complete striker, really, like Ibrahimovic once was. Yeah, this is a very ridiculous situation, but like some of you people are saying, I'm not surprised at all. Milan, unfortunately, are always the laughingstock of the world, really, when it comes to news, when it comes to transfers and everything. It's just a pure joke. Like, already with that thing, Biabiani, a few years ago, that was a pure joke. Now this thing happening, really, it's a laughingstock. It's just a laughingstock. Every time there's something, it always has to be Milan. You'll never see shit like this happen with Roma. You'll never see anything happen with Juve. It always has to be Milan for some reason. Anyways, we'll see exactly what happens. Serious question, in soccer, can you throw the ball into the goal with your own hands? Yes, you could. Well, if you're the goalkeeper, sure. Yeah. Sean Samuel says, I think Lapadula works with this team better. We have developed good team chemistry and his work rate makes everything click. So I prefer Lapadula to Baka in this team. Yeah, I mean, Lapadula is definitely that type of player, but at the same time, maybe we should be just using him as one of those impact subs that teams just don't see coming. Of course, everyone now knows what Lapadula is capable of, but what I mean by that is that, by the time he comes on, teams have to adapt to his style of play while they're usually used to Baka's style of play, and that could be an advantage for us. Milan have deleted their tweet. Yes, I've already mentioned that just a few moments before. Now different sources saying that the deal is not yet done, but that doesn't mean that it will not happen. Geek 101 says maybe Milan were a little premature with the announcements. I think it'll go through in the end. Heck, at least we didn't change the logo. Like you said, I think it will go through as well. It's just stupidity right now going on, but usually Milan are not really that premature and they wait until the medicals are done. That's why it kind of surprises me that these news are even coming in at the moment. But we'll see exactly what happens soon. once again, I think the deal will happen anyways. Yeah, as you would expect, they also deleted the picture of Delofeo on Instagram. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Alvin. Yeah, definitely. Biabiani collapse was a blessing in disguise. Yeah, definitely. If we got Biabiani, we would have never had Bonaventura at this moment. So thank God for that. New update says Azem. Everton accused Milan of announcing the Delofeo signing too soon, but the deal is closed. Well, like you said, maybe Everton is just mad that Milan haven't waited until the contract was signed and until the medical was done with the player in order to announce the official communication that Delofeo is an official player at Milan. They could just be mad about that. It really all depends. But we'll see exactly what happens in the next coming moments. I should delete the other live. No, I won't do that just yet. We'll see first of all if this is actually it's gonna happen or not. There's no point in deleting the live stream at the moment. Sean Samuel says, let's hope the problem with the announcement is that there will be an option to buy. Yeah, that could be, but I don't think so. I think that simply, Everton wants to wait until he completes his medical and signs his contract before announcing it. I think that's what it really is at the moment. I don't see why, if they didn't come to a full agreement, why Milan will go ahead and announce it just randomly on Twitter. We are not like Man City that posts transfer rumors and stuff like that on their Twitter. Milan always, usually always wait before something is official in order to announce it. So I'm kind of surprised myself, but like I said, nothing is out of the question just yet. This deal could very well still happen. Daniel says, Milan-Napoli predictions. I think I could go for a draw in this game just because we are playing at the San Siro. Napoli have beaten us 4-0 last time around. But I think a draw will be a pretty realistic result. Milan could still win. I'm not denying anything. But, I simply think that Milan is capable of actually drawing this match and coming out, without a loss at the San Siro. I think that's gonna wrap it up, guys, for this live stream, this match preview. Once again, thank you all for joining me. We will be keeping you guys up to date, whether it's on Twitter or on the live streams regarding the situation currently going on with Delofeo. Once again, I'm personally not worried. I think that it will happen in the end. It could just be Everton waiting for the medicals and the contract to be signed in order to announce it officially. Like someone said, the deal is done. It's just that Everton might be a bit pissed because it was a bit of a premature tweet from Milan, as they still haven't waited for his medicals. But we'll see exactly what happens with that. So on that note, guys, thank you for watching. Tomorrow we will be back for the live stream watch along for the Milan-Napoli game, where you guys could have your say throughout the match on a live stream here on Rossoneri TV. And of course, that'll be followed by the match review of Milan-Napoli. If you guys are new to all of this, you guys could also call in on Skype and be heard on Rossoneri TV's live stream throughout the game. If you guys have anything to talk about tomorrow, I'll give you guys all the details, but I'm pretty sure a lot of you already know about that. So yeah, on that note, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for watching. This has been Gio signing off, and as always, Forza Milan.